So next we're going to talk about how to cite articles. So this is the basic format for how to cite an article. You'll see that it's pretty similar to books. You need the last name of the author, the first initial, the year, month, and day of publication, the title of the article, the title of the journal in italics, the volume number in italics, which, just FYI, I didn't realize was italicized, so I just want to point it out here. It's hard to tell when it's a number, but the volume number is italicized, the issue number is not, and then there's no space between volume, parentheses, issue. It's all squished together. Followed by a comma, followed by the page range for the article, and then the DOI, if you have one. Not articles are going to have a DOI. What is the DOI? DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier, and basically it's just a unique series of numbers and letters that help identify a specific article. Alright, so let's take a look at how we would cite an article and where we would find that information. So here we have this article, Rewriting Patriarchal Scripts, Women, Labor, and Popular Culture in South Africa, in South African Clothing Industry Beauty Contest, 1970s through 2005. So that's kind of a long title, but that is the title of our article. So we're going to copy and paste this information into our citation. And then right below that we have the author's name, Peter Legge. Now I don't see any other information on here, which is a little weird. I don't see like page numbers, but a lot of times if you just scroll to the next page, sometimes it's on the next page, and there we'll see Journal of Social History, and then the date of publication of this journal is fall 2008, and I see a page number also up here. So just keep in mind that even though this is the first page number I see, this is technically the first page, so I would just assume this is page 31. So it starts on page 31, and then you might have to scroll to the last page to see how long this article is, and just keep in mind that the bibliography or the reference list is part of the article, so you're not going to cut it off until the end of this reference list, which is on page, it's quite long, looks like it's on page 56. So this is the end of the article. You're not going to count this page here, which is provided by the database company. It's not part of the article. So it looks like it goes from page 31 to page 56. Now we're missing some information here still. We don't have volume and issue number, and I don't see DOI anywhere. However, you can usually get this information from the database record here. So here's the missing volume and issue information. And then usually if you scroll down, the DOI is a little bit further down. So this is the DOI number that I was talking about. This DOI is going to be the same for this article today, tomorrow, hopefully 10 years from now. And it's going to be the same whether I found this article in this database or some other database. Now, some articles do not have a DOI. So in that case, you're going to want to try and find a link for this article. Show you guys something. As you can see, there's an option over here on the side to generate a permalink. I'm going to click on that. And this is the link that I would copy and paste into my paper, into my citation, if I didn't have a DOI. And you'll notice that this is different from this. This is a temporary URL. It's going to expire at the end of my session. When I close this browser, it's no longer going to work anymore. This URL, though, is supposed to be permanent and stable, and it's going to link to the item, hopefully whether, again, I access it later today or next week or a year from now. This link should hopefully still work. But again, if you have a choice between a permalink and a DOI number, you should always go for the DOI. It's thought to be more stable. So now that we've found all the information we need for our citation in our article, let's take a look at how we put that all together. So a Legge P, and then year 2008, comma fall, period, Rewriting Patriarchal Scripts, colon, capital W, Women, Labor, and Popular Culture in South African Clothing Industry Beauty Contest, comma, 1970s to 2005, long title, period, Journal of Social History in italics, the volume number in italics, followed by the issue in parentheses, followed by a comma, followed by the page number, and just keep in mind you don't need P or PP, you don't need the abbreviation for page, you can just put the numbers, and then the DOI or the URL. And make sure you don't have a period after the DOI or the URL, because the period is going to mess up the URL. And you don't have to put database information anymore. You don't have to say like retrieve from EBSCOhost on this day or anything. That's another function of the DOI, is that it's supposed to send you to that article, making the database information irrelevant. And then last but not least, if you need to see the in-text example, this is what that would look like. So again, very similar to books. Author's last name, just the year of publication, and then P for page, followed by period, and then the page number. And that's how we would cite articles.